There's a pressure in this world, and most people don't even realize they're feeling it. It doesn't force you, it nudges you to act a certain way, to like certain things, to follow what's popular. Most people don't notice when it happens, but they slowly drift into the lives they didn't choose. Here's something nobody tells you, and it might be the reason you feel out of place right now. What if the reason you don't fit in is not because something is wrong with you, but because you're not meant to follow the same path as everyone else? We grow up in a world where fitting in is praised. Doing what everyone else is doing feels safe. It feels accepted. It feels normal. But normal doesn't always mean right. Just because something is popular and because everyone is doing it doesn't mean it's meant for you. In fact, sometimes the crowd can lead you in the wrong direction, because when you constantly look around at what everyone else is doing, you stop looking within. You lose focus. You lose clarity. And slowly, you lose yourself. Let me ask you something. Are you choosing your path, or are you choosing what's easiest to be accepted? Because those are not the same thing. See, if everyone can do what you're doing, there's a high chance it's easy to follow, and people naturally look for shortcuts in life. But your purpose, your real path, it's rarely found in what's easy. It's found in what feels unfamiliar, what feels uncomfortable, what feels like you're walking alone. And that's why not fitting in is actually a sign of strength. Because it takes confidence to stand alone. It takes courage to say, I don't care if it isn't popular. This is me. Anyone can follow a trend. Anyone can blend in. But not everyone can create their own lane. And when you step into your own lane, you're doing something most people are too afraid to do. You're thinking for yourself. That's how innovators are made. That's how leaders are made. That's how people get different results. Because they didn't follow the same route as everyone else. They took a different path. And yes, that path can feel lonely sometimes. You might feel like nobody understands you. Like nobody is paying attention. Like nobody supports what you're doing. But listen, just because nobody sees it right now, doesn't mean it's not valuable. And even if they never see it, you still do. Because you're not doing it for them, you're doing it for you. See, real confidence is not about being accepted by everyone. It's about being solid within yourself. Because if you have to change who you are just to fit in, then those people don't actually like you. They like the version of you that isn't real. And that's not a connection. That's a performance. Real people, authentic people, they don't connect through trends. They connect through truth. And when you stay true to yourself, you naturally attract people who are aligned with you. Not people who tolerate you. Not people who use you. But people who genuinely rock with you. And that takes time. So if you are alone right now, if you feel like a loner, if you feel like you don't belong anywhere, that might not be a punishment. That might be protection. Protection from environments that would distract you. Protection from people who will make you go the wrong direction. Protection for your peace. Because your peace is more valuable than fitting in. And a lot of people don't realize that. They spend their entire lives chasing validation, chasing approval, chasing opinions. Because deep down, they don't fully accept themselves. So they rely on others to tell them who they are. But here's the problem. People's expectations are always changing. One person likes this, another person wants that. One day you're accepted, the next day you're not. So you end up constantly adjusting, constantly shifting, constantly losing yourself, trying to keep up with something that was never stable to begin with. And in the end, you're still unhappy. because you built your life around everyone else except you. So instead of proving your worth to other people, prove it to yourself. Show yourself that you can stand alone. Show yourself that you don't need validation to move forward. Show yourself that you're enough without changing who you are. Because when you go hard for yourself, when you stay real, people notice. See, it's easy to follow a trend. You see people doing something, you see them getting attention, money, success, and it looks like a shortcut. And it makes you think, if it worked for them, why not me? But what people don't talk about is the cost. Because when you chase something just because it's popular, you're not really doing it for you. You doing it for the outcome, for the attention, for the quick gain. And without even realizing it, you start to lose a piece of yourself. Because now, you're moving based on what works, not what matters to you. That's how people slowly sell out. And yeah, you might get results quicker that way, but anything built on that kind of foundation doesn't last, because it wasn't built on passion. It wasn't built on growth. It wasn't built on something you actually care about. It was built on greed, on chasing something temporary. And what comes fast usually leaves just as fast. Now compare that to doing something different. It's harder. It takes much more time, more patience, more belief in yourself. There's no clear path, no guarantee, no crowd validating you every step of the way. But that's exactly what makes it valuable, because now you're one of one. You're not competing with everybody else. You're creating something that only you can bring. And along the way, you go through the ups and downs. You learn, adapt, you grow. So when success finally comes, you understand it. You know how to keep it. You know how to build it. And more importantly, it means something to you, because you didn't fake it. You didn't follow. You didn't sell out. You gave it your all. And there's a different kind of fulfillment that comes with that. The kind money can't replace. The kind attention can't fake. Because at the end of it all, you didn't just win. You stayed real to yourself while doing it.